Good morning, Gunther. How are you doing this fine day?
Oh, Mayor Leonard. I was just about to drop by your house.
Well, great minds think alike, I suppose. I guess you were telling me to come in to discuss this month's entertainment plans.
No.
Oh, well, that's what I was going to come and do, and I think you'll love this month's plans. There's so many fun things I have in store. Oh, you're just going to have fun this month. It's just going to be a blast.
Actually, Leonard, Glinda and I will be leaving the next few days.
But I created so much entertainment. There's so much to do. It's so fun. Isn't everything to your liking, though?
It's all been quite splendid, sir. It really has, but it's simply time for us to go.
But what about the play and the festivals and the food? There's going to be so much unique food.
Then it all sounds marvelous, Leonard, but I pushed migration twice already, and it's getting colder. Too cold for Glinda and I to stand it.
Then that'll make it warmer, and we'll have events inside.
Sir, I don't think...
Melvin can make hot chocolate, and for these events, it'll be indoor, all of it, and we'll provide tons of blankets. You know what? I'll call Jane today and have her make her an order for blankets.
I really wish we could stay. I really do.
Well, come. Let me show you what we have planned this month. You'll never want to leave when you see it.
No matter how fun it is, we simply can't push it.
Follow me, Gunther. Excitement and whimsy await! Yeah! Can't you just smell that salty air?
Leonard, why are we here?
It's Snowden. It's just beautiful this time of year. Oh, it makes you want to stay here forever.
It's cold.
Well, it wouldn't be for a couple weeks. You see, here is where I plan on hosting the cultural seafood festival. Yes. Oh, it'll be splendid and fantastic.
It sounds charming.
It will be, and there'll be all sorts of games and hot chocolate and the food. Oh, the food. Oh, it's going to be spectacular. Oh, speaking of food, look, here comes Julia. She's taking charge on this. I'll have you tell her all about it.
Well, if it ain't Mayor Leonard and Lord Goosington III.
Good morning, Julia.
It's the second, actually.
My apologies, Gunther. What brings you two out here?
Oh, I guess I was, what was I just telling Gunther about? About the wonderful festival you're hosting. Oh, I thought maybe you could elaborate on it. Better than I could, of course.
Well, the long and short of it is fish, and more fish. Bruce and I have a shipment coming from the coasts of Africa all the way to Eastern Asian shores and Polynesia. Hank and I have some plans for some fancy dishes, kind of like a tour around the world through food. Aside from that, I thought you'd handle it, Mr. Mayor. You're good at planning games and entertainment, so I figured I'd leave that all up to you.
Oh, well, indeed. And, what kind of entertainment? There'll be cornhole and fun games, and I'm even working on a preview of Melvin's play to perform at the festival.
It really does sound wonderful, and I commend you both for your efforts, but Glinda and I really must be going the next couple of days.
Oh, so you and the missus are migrating soon. Well, it was marvelous to have you back in town, and we cannot wait to see you again next summer. I've got some work I've got to do, so if this is the last time I'm seeing you before you leave, have a nice trip, Gunther. And you have a good day, Mr. Mayor.
You too, Julia.
Good day.
Quite a spectacular time, really. Don't you think it makes sense to stay just a little bit longer?
Leonard, I really...
And that's not even the biggest part of my plans for this season. Oh, no. Follow me to the library, Gunther. You'll love what I have in store for you. Come on.
I never would have guessed.
Oh, just your wait. You're going to love this. This next idea is going to be so phenomenal, you'll never want to leave.
Leonard, look, I really can't.
Just you wait. Walter, I brought you a visitor.
Leonard! It's a bit early for your weekly business check-ins, but it's great to see you nonetheless.
I do say, this building is getting quite old. Perhaps you should renovate.
Oh, Gunther's here, I suppose. Well, it's a pleasure to see you regardless.
I'm just walking down through through town and wanted to tell him about this new upcoming project we have for the next few months, and thought you would want to tell him about it. You know, wink, nudge, nudge, hint, hint. Take the hint, hint.
Or what?
The idea we've been working on, Walter.
Oh, that thing I suggested yesterday about the monthly knowledge nights. Yes, I didn't know you were actually interested in that idea.
Yes, well, of course Why wouldn't I be interested? Of course I'm interested. Why don't you tell Gunther here about our plans? Gunther?
Well, I figured for the next few months, if it goes well for the foreseeable future, we could have a monthly knowledge night where everyone comes to visit a library and makes little presentations on things they've been interested in for the past month that they've learned, and a good deal of knowledge, on let's see. For example, I thought we could have themes, and the first theme would be, I don't know, maybe
air travel. Why not air travel? Air travel's a wonderful idea. What do you think, Gunther? Air travel?
You might want to calm down.
Air travel's a good idea.
Well, that certainly is an idea.
It sounds like you two have put a lot of thought into this, and it's certainly an interesting idea. However,
isn't it, Gunther? I'm sure you'll love the first night on air travel. Why, Walter? Just give us a couple examples, of what sort of things people would love to be sharing at these events. Things they'd be talking about and whatnot.
Well, I don't know much about air travel, and I haven't had the opportunity to do much research for the subject, but I was reading a book on clouds recently.
Oh, wonderful. That'll do perfectly. Tell us about clouds, please. Please, tell us about clouds, Walter. We would all love to hear about clouds. Isn't that right, Gunther? Clouds. Start whenever you're ready. I'll be right here.
Okay. Clouds are made up of tiny little water droplets in the Earth's atmosphere. They can be made of any sort of shape or size, and many different shades, in fact. They usually look like they're white, because their tiny little water droplets inside are so tightly packed together, they reflect the sunlight. And when it's about to rain, the water and the vapor inside of it makes up these clouds start to clump together into little raindrops, making the surface of the cloud less reflective and darker in color. That's why, when it's about to rain, the clouds start to turn gray.
Fascinating. Oh, look outside, Gunther. The clouds are darker now. Oh, it's probably not a good time to travel to leave for migration because of the upcoming storms.
Indeed. That's why I said that Glinda and I will be leaving in the next few days.
Well, carry on, Walter. I'm sure you have some more riveting information.
Yes, there are many different types of clouds, and usually they can help predict the weather by looking at them.
Ooh, that's fascinating, isn't it, Gunther?
Yes.
Well, you see, the first group of clouds is called the cirrus clouds. Yes. And they're usually characterized by how wispy, curly, and stringy they look. You see, cirrus clouds are found very high in the atmosphere and are often made up of ice crystals. These clouds usually indicate clear weather, and they get their shape from direction of winds blowing high in the atmosphere. So, if you're flying long distances high in the sky, these are good clouds to look at.
I haven't seen any of those clouds in the sky today. Have you, Gunther?
Not today, no, but I really must.
Probably best to wait until they're visible to fly.
I would imagine so, yes. You see, the second group of clouds is called stratus clouds. These clouds are horizontal and layered, and they can cover an entire city, and usually indicate that it's going to be a cold, overcast day. They're not necessarily an indicator of rain, but it does rain. It'll be a light sprinkle, or perhaps a flurry of snow.
Yes, I have seen quite a few of those coming in on the horizon as of late.
Our last group of clouds is the cumulus clouds. A cumulus cloud are quite big and look almost like you stuck a bunch of cotton balls together. They're very lumpy and stretch very high vertically into the atmosphere. Most heavy rainstorms come from the cumulus clouds, but the weather they indicate depends on their size. If the base of the cloud is very high, it indicates fairer weather with drier conditions. However, if the clouds are located close to the ground, it means it's going to be a heavy snowfall or rainfall on the horizon.
Indeed. I have seen quite a few of those low-hanging beasts as well, as of late.
You know, what I think that's enough talk about clouds. The point is, our monthly knowledge nights are going to be so entertaining and fun, and a great source of learning for the kids. I'm sure George, of all people, would enjoy this.
Yes, he would, I'm sure. If he didn't have to return to Egypt, that is. For his next study abroad session is in 2 weeks.
George is returning to study abroad program soon. Oh, well, please tell him we'll miss him. But we can't wait to hear about all the fun things he's learned and the sights he's seen in Egypt.
Indeed. He and Glinda and I are all taking south for the winter in the next few days.
Well, in that case, safe travels to the two of you, and know that we cannot wait to hear about your travels and for your return.
Of course.
But he's not leaving yet. No, not yet, because there's so many more fun things to do in the town he cannot miss on. Oh, no, Gunther, come back. There's more things I have to show you the community. And then I'd really must be, no, away we go. We have to go do some things, and I have plenty to show you.
I cannot tell. I think not. I will not be sworn, but love may transform me to an oyster? Melvin, that makes no sense. Cards, Chase, darling, where's the passion? The drive? You're reciting a monologue here, not lullabying your kids to sleep. Step aside. Don't let me handle this. To understand the monologue, you have to understand the times and what type of man Shakespeare was. He was a very, very witty man, and a very intelligent man. So, a lot of his references may go over people's heads, unless you perform it correctly. And this monologue, he is stating that love would turn him to a fool and make him silly. What is one of the world's silliest creatures you can think of? An oyster! Oysters are also one of the simplest sea creatures to catch. And all the time of writing this, they were sold very cheaply at the markets. So in that line, he's saying that fall in love would make him as easy to catch as a foolish and cheap oyster. Are all the lines in this play going to be this in depth? Chase, baby, listen. You know what we're signing up for when we said we're going to make you a star? No, I didn't know what you guys meant. Shakespeare's complex and beautiful poetry. It takes an intellectual mind to properly portray the... Melvin! How are rehearsals going? Oh, yes, Melvin, how are rehearsals going? They're going. Lenny, baby, how's my favorite lynx doing? Oh, well, I'm alright, I guess. It's going. Should I continue with the monologue, or... Well, no, I think we need to sit down and... Chase, take 5. Go over your monologue, and highlight anything that doesn't make sense. We'll talk about it later. I see you brought Gunther. How about we get a new, well, how you say, increase in budget, yeah? Elton, that's rude. No, it's fine, Melvin. I'd love to donate a few dollars to further the arts in this lovely community. We were just popping in to see how things were going, and maybe get a little preview before your performance in December, you know? Well, I don't know. Perfect. I'll gather the cast. They can show off anything you want, and some of the beautiful work for you. Listen, Mayor, everyone is doing a great job, but I don't think we're ready for an audience yet. That's quite alright. Then again, I really don't have time for this anyways.
I really must be packing.
Nonsense! No, I'm sure they're plenty prepared.
Regardless, whether they're prepared or not, I really must be going.
But don't you want to see what they have in store? They've been working really hard, Gunther. I mean, don't you want to see what they have?
You know, I would love to, but it is migration time already. Well, no, yeah, certainly. We'll miss you while you're gone, but let me know if you want to stay for any bits of the show. I'm glad to film it for you. That's very kind of you, Melvin. I'll certainly send you a letter about it. Have a good rest for your rehearsal. I must be packing. Leonard, I really must be going.
But Gunther! Gunther, there's so much more to see! Wait! Gunther!
Glinda, I'm home.
Oh, there you are, darling. Where have you been? I have been looking everywhere for you. Are we bringing the fine china with us or leaving it this time?
Oh, I think it's best we leave it this time. Wouldn't want to break it on transit, you know. Father, have you got my textbooks for the new school year? Yes, the bookstore has them on hold for us. We'll pick them up on the way to drop you off.
Gunther! There's...
I do say, Leonard, are you quite all right?
Would you like a cup of water?
Yeah, gosh! Oh, you're so fast!
I'll go fetch him a cup of water, Mother.
Thank you, darling.
You ran away so quickly. I didn't get a chance to catch you and tell you all the other fun things you'll be missing out before you migrate. Well, if you migrate, that is.
If we migrate, Gunther, what does he mean if?
Leonard, old chum, maybe I didn't make myself clear, but this is non-negotiable. We have to migrate the next few days.
But all the activities, you'll be missing out.
Gunther, yes. Business is waiting for me in Los Milgros.
And Georgie's school starts very soon, so we can't delay any longer if we want to drop him off.
But you're my best friends. I'll miss you.
There, Leonard. I promise we'll write often.
But it's not the same. You know it's not the same.
I know it's hard to say goodbye sometimes, but you've got to remember, it's rarely forever.
Glinda, George, and I will be back next summer.
But that's so long away.
It may seem that way now. You know, old friend, but as mayor of this town, I'm sure you have many things to do. And time will fly faster than you ever think it would.
We'll be back before you know it, Leonard.
Well, then I guess this is goodbye.
Only for now, old friend. Only for now.
Dear Mayor Leonard, I hope you're doing well. We're doing wonderful out here in Los Milgros, and we just want to say we miss you, but we hope you're doing well, and that everything you're doing is great. We know you'll accomplish much in your term as mayor, and you have made us extraordinarily proud as your mayor. Keep doing good work, and keep being you. Sincerely, Glinda and Gunther.